Welcome guys to another video of IGCSE past papers. In this video we are going to solve another past paper, okay? So you have to write your surname and other names here, center number and candidate number. You should not forget that. Then read them once carefully. You will have to select the language that you are going to use for this paper. C Sharp, Java, and Python are the choices. So we will be just working with Python. Okay, we will use Python. Directly, we'll go to the first question. In the first question, yeah, programs are used to handle financial transactions. A. Monthly account statements are created by a program. Figure 1 shows a statement. So see here at 1st January, opening balance, we have gotten that much amount. Okay. In 4th January, music store, that is debit. It means just, yeah, we will be spending money. Okay. So 10.23 pounds will be spent. Okay. So we will have 118.12 left. Then after that, on the 7th January, we will just have salary, and that is a credit. It means we will receive the amount of 1515.28, and just that added to the previous value, that will be the new amount. Okay, and that simply continues like this. Let's see what questions are. Okay, figure 1. Complete the table to identify an input, an output, and a process used by program to generate the furthest right column. So if we have just gotten this program, so obviously every time we have to enter the description, the debit or credit, okay, or the amount. So that will be just simply our input. So in your input, you can write any one of them. Okay, you can write whether description, okay, you can write their debit, or you can write credit. Okay, any one of them can be just the input. Then what about process? Okay, what process do we need to do? What calculations do we need to do? So debit, okay, yeah, we will have to subtract debit from the balance, or we will have to add credit to the balance. So I can just write here balance minus debit, or I can also just write balance plus credit. Then output, okay, what will be just our output? So yeah, obviously whenever just we enter something, this balance will be just given as output. So yeah, our output will be balance. Okay, how much money is just remaining there? So that is answer to question number 1. Question number 2. A tax rate is applied to a gross value to give a net value. Open Q01B in the code editor. Okay, in your exams you will be just guided that yeah, where the files are stored, and where you will just need to store your answers. Okay, but here for now I've just simply stored that inside the desktop. Okay, we can just simply check the desktop. I'll just open the file, and inside this, yeah, from these 3 languages we are working with Python, so I'll just select that, and Q01B, okay, .py. Simply I'll open that. A tax rate is applied to a gross value to give a value net. Okay, open Q01B in the code editor. Use the code to answer these questions. Give the content of a comment. So inside this, yeah, do we have any comment? For example, yeah, this is just a comment. Okay, so I can just simply take that and put it here. Okay, so that is content of a comment. Identify a logic operator used in this subprogram. So logic operator, do we have anywhere? Yeah, so we have got an or. Okay, so or is just used here. That is a logic operator. I can just simply write here or. Okay, give the name of a global variable. So global variable is a variable that is created in the in the main body of the program. So gross amt, net amt, or text, any one of them can be the global variable. Okay, so I'll just write there gross amt. Okay, one of them you can just simply write. Okay, gross amt. Give the name of a constant. Okay, so constant in Python, yeah, we have to just write them in capital letters. So that is tax. Okay, text in all capital letters. So that is just name of a constant. You have to write that, and give the name of a parameter. Okay, so parameter here, yeah, we have gotten our function, and this in gross. Okay, that is just the parameter of this function. So just that is in gross. Okay, give the name of parameter. So in gross. Okay, so that is what we have for the second question. Variable and constants are used in program code. State the purpose of a constant. So what is the purpose of constant? Okay, write that in your own sentence, however you just simply want to. No, to store a value that should not change during execution. Okay, so that can be the purpose of a constant. Okay, give one benefit of using a constant. So it can make our logic clearer, and it avoids the value being changed by accident. Out of many benefits of using a constant, you can just write any one. Okay, so I will just write it decreases the probability of a value being changed by accident. Okay, then solutions to problems are made up of many different components. Programmers use subprograms when developing code. So give two reasons to use subprogram libraries when developing code. So two reasons for using subprograms. Okay, there are just many good reasons for using subprograms, but here just simply two are asked, so we will just write two. Okay, for example, yeah, it can make the code more readable. It can save your time because the code is already written and you will just simply call the function. Or for example, it can the code written inside subprograms are completely error proof. Okay, and just they are many times run. And out of many reasons for using a subprogram, state two of them. Okay, so for example, the first one I'll write here that the code written in subprogram libraries or library subprograms, okay, are pre-tested and are reliable. Okay, and they are reliable. So that is just, for example, can be one of them. Or the next one we can just write or simply the programmer does not need to write the code from the scratch, so it saves time. The next question, identify which one of these must return a result. So the correct answer for us, that is function. So I'll just simply select functions there. State what is meant by the term local variable. So define that and in your own words. Okay, so a variable created in the main body of the program, and it is accessible through the whole program, inside and outside the subprograms. Okay, so that is just what we mean by local variable. A school is planning a fish and chip dinner for their students and their families. Tickets are sold to families, and a family is 1 to 4 adults and 1 to 6 children. It means a family can buy 1 up to 4 adult tickets and 1 up to 6 children tickets. Okay, a program is being written to help manage ticket sales. Complete the table to show examples of normal, boundary, and erroneous numeric test data for the program. So see here, normal data for normal data in this scenario for adults. Okay, because 1 up to 4 are acceptable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, any one of them are just acceptable. Okay, you can just write any number there. You can write 1, 2, 3, or 4. For example, here I'll write 3. Okay, and for children, again, acceptable numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can write any one of them. I'll just write here 3 or 4. Okay, so that is just a normal data. Boundary data, okay, boundary data 1 and up to 4, so it can be 1 or 4. You can just write any one of them. Okay, for example, I'll write here 4 is a boundary data for that. And for children, 1 or 6. Okay, 1 can be a boundary data, lower boundary, and 6 can be an upper boundary. So I can just write there 1, or I can write there 6. Both are correct. Okay, and erroneous data, the data that is not accepted, any number below 1, negative numbers, -1, -2, -10, 0, or any number higher than 4. Okay, for example, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they can be that is erroneous data. And for children as well, 1 up to 6. So erroneous data can be just any data below 1 and higher than 6. For example, 7 or 8. Okay, so they will be erroneous data. So that is just scores 7 here. The kitchen staff uses a program to determine whether they have enough chips or how many more they need to order. Okay, so open Q02BII in the code editor. There are 4 errors in the code. Amend the code to correct the errors. Use this test data to help you find the errors. Okay, so that we have gotten some test data. So let's open the file. Okay, first of all, yeah, we have gotten just our folder here. Then yeah, we have to just open. So we have gotten 4 errors. Let's see what different types of errors can we have. First of all, we will look for syntax error. So we'll just run it. Okay, if just possible. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, yeah, it is just giving us error that here you have gotten some errors there, and it is just giving us even the line number, line 20. Okay, so let's go to line 20. So yeah, here we have gotten required weight is equal to weight of adults plus, okay, so we just do not need that, so plus weight for child. Yeah, we can just do that. Now just let's run it again. So this time we do not have any syntax error, so one problem solved here. Okay, then the next one, enter the weights of chips available in kilogram. For example, yeah, 19 kilograms we have. Okay, so we are just using the data present here. Okay, so 19 kilogram, number of adults. Okay, and number of adult tickets sold, so that is 100, and number of children sold, so that is 150. Okay, so yeah, here again we have gotten a problem. Okay, division by 0 happened. Okay, and where did that happen? In line 30. So in line 30 we will just check that, yeah, we are just having division by 0. Okay, so weight need tell the stuff how much to order in kilogram. So we will have just whatever there that is in grams, changing it to kilogram, divide by 1000. Okay, so kind of we just solve the other problem there. Then enter the weight of chips available in kilograms. So again, I'll just enter 19, then 100, then 150. So see, available 9,000, required 9,000, order 0 kilograms. Okay, so that did not just have any problem. Let's just check it once again for the next one. Okay, stock available. And for the next one, yeah, 15, then 100, then 150. Okay, so yeah, available this much and required 19,000. Okay, so we again order 4 kilograms. Okay, so we do not have that. So let's just check our program now. Okay, what problems just we may have here. So our answer here is just, first of all, required is this much and available is just 15, so that will be 4. Okay, but we do not have that here, so we do not have any problem here. Portion for adult 84 and portion for child 70. Enter a number and change it to int, so that is all right. That is in kilograms. We need it in grams, so we just simply change that to 1000 multiplied by 1000. Number of children and adults, so input and change to integers. Good. Then weight adults, the amount that we need, number of adults multiplied by portion of adults. Good. Weight of child is equal to number of childs multiplied by portion of child, so that is also just all right. Okay, then required weight, the amount we need for children and the amount we need for adults, add them together, that is just how much is required. So we have gotten available in stock. Okay, so in stock that is just in grams, and required, for example, is yeah, required weight, that how much we just need. Then we have gotten check if available weight is enough for the dinner. So see, if required weight is larger than in stock, so that is just one problem that we have here. Okay, so we should, if required is smaller than in stock, how much we have, if just it is just smaller, then it should just tell us that yeah, is stock available. Okay, then if not, then we have to just count that. Okay, weight needed, so we will just have in stock required weight, okay, divide by and order this much weight. Okay, so now I hope just, yeah, we have gotten all our problems here. So if I just run that again, I'll just do that 19, or just the second one, okay, 15, then 100, okay, and 150, and just run that. Yeah, order negative 4 kilograms. Okay, so that is just also another problem which we have here. Okay, so required weight is just more, so I have to just put that before. Okay, just we have to change it minus in stock if we just need, so we will have to just do that, save and run it once again, and you will just simply have, for example, 15, then 100, then 150 children. Okay, and just, yeah, order 4 kilograms. Okay, so that is just kind of it. That is what we have. I hope you have just understood that. And it is just simply solving the question. And now see in the next one, save your amended code as QOBII finished with the correct file extension for the programming language. Okay, so we are just working with Python. So yeah, save as, maybe on test day you will be asked to save your code somewhere else, maybe just here. Okay, you will be guided about that, about the directory of your files. Here directly inside this I will create a folder by the name of finished, and I'll just store my files inside that. Okay, and the name, I have to just add one finished here. Okay, and that is in all capital. Okay, and that's it, save. So I just created that. So that is just that problem, and we just simply solved that. The next question, algorithms can be represented as flowcharts, pseudocodes, or program code. Trace table can be used with flowcharts or pseudocodes. Give 2 characteristics of trace table. So trace table has gotten many characteristics, and we will be just discussing about 2 of them. See the different characteristics a trace table has. First of all, it is done manually by hand on paper. And the next one, for example, yeah, each column inside it represents input, any variable, or output. And each row inside it shows the change of the value, okay, of any variable. So these are just kind of some of the characteristics. Let's write some of. Each column represents input, one of the variables or any of the variables, okay, or output, or and output. Okay, so that is just one of the characteristics of this. You can write the next thing. Okay, the next thing that you can just write is each row shows how the value of a variable is changed when the program is executed. Okay, so that is the other characteristic of a trace table. So you can just use that. Okay, then the next one is an algorithm has been written to validate numbers entered by the user. So that is just a pseudocode for that. Okay, receive number 1 from keyboard, change it to integer. Receive number 2 from keyboard, change it to integer. If num1 is smaller than 16 and num2 is smaller than 23. Okay, see, we have gotten 2 conditions on 2 variables, and between them we have got an and this is also just put inside a bracket, and after that we have gotten another condition if num2 is equal to 13, and between them as well we have gotten or. Okay, so if that condition is true, then send state1 to display. Else, if num2 is larger than 12 and num1 is larger than 20, only these 2 conditions, okay, then send state2 to display. Then again, else if number 1 is 88 or number 2 is not equal to 18, okay, number 2 is equal to 18, and just change it to not. Send state3 to the display, else state4 to display. Okay, so we have just gotten that. Complete the table to show the output for each input set. So if num1 is 88 and num2 is 18, okay, so the first one, okay, the first condition, I have to just check. So between them, okay, or, so this is false. num2 is not 13, but we have gotten or. So if this completely results in true, then this will run, okay. So is num1 smaller than 16? So num1 is not smaller than 16, okay. So this becomes false. This becomes false or not, because we have got an end, the final result will be false. So false and false, okay. So it is not state 1. Else, is num2 larger than 12? Yes, it is larger than 12. Is num1 larger than 20? Okay, so yeah, it is larger than 20. Okay, num1 is larger than 20 and num2 is larger than 12. So send state 2 to display. So this one just kind of feels correct here. Okay, so we will just simply write there state. The output will be state 2. So the rest will not be checked. Let's check the next one. Okay, 17 and 18. 17 and 18, again, just let's check our the first condition. Okay, is num1 smaller than 16? So num1 is 17, so it's not smaller than 17. So this will result in false. So this will overall become false, and num2 is also not 13, so that will also become false. False or false will be false. So this does not happen. Is num2 larger than 12? Yeah, it is. Is num1 larger than 20? No, num1 is 17 and that's not larger than 20. So final result here will also be false, because we have got an and. True and false will be false. Okay. The next one, is num1 equal to 88? So num1 is not equal to 88. Or not, num2 is equal to 18. Is num2 equal to 18? Yeah, num2 is equal to 18, and not, this is true. Not of that will be false. So false or false will be false. So this will not happen. So we have gotten just our last condition, that is state 4. Okay, state 4. So you have to be able to just trace that. Okay, and 12 and 19, let's just check it. So num1 is 12. Is it smaller than 16? Yes, it is. Num2 is 19. Okay, is num2 smaller than 23? Yes, it is. So true and true will be true. And num2 is 13. Now that is false. Num2 is 19. So this becomes false. But between them we have gotten or. So true or false will be true. So this one will run. Okay, so send state 1 to the output. Okay, so this will be state 1. So that will be just our complete code. You may just pause the video and just check this once again. Let's go to the next question. A program is required to calculate the result of raising one integer, it means the base, to the power of another, the exponent. This is just a flowchart for that, okay, for the algorithm. Start, initialize variables, okay. Enter value for base. Now, is base equal to 0? If base is equal to 0, then stop. Just that's it, okay. It means we will enter 0 to stop our program. If it is not equal to 0, then enter value for exponent. Enter value for exponent. Now, our base is correct, so we will just ask for exponent. Now, exponent cannot be negative. Is exponent negative? If yes, then just display an error and just check it once again, okay? Just go and run this loop once again. If it is not negative, then set answer to 1, okay? Create a variable for answer, just set it to 1 and set count to 0, okay? And after that, yeah, we will have just a loop here. Is count less than exponent? So whatever our exponent is, okay? So count, we'll just start from 0 till exponent times we'll do. For example, if exponent is 3, so 3 times we will just need to multiply that. Set answer to answer multiplied by base. Whatever our answer is multiplied by base. Answer at first it is 1, then just simply. So increment count by 1. So this will just keep happening till we just get to the exponent. And when this condition is false, inform user of the result. So output the result, and after that, run this program again, okay? So something like that. So let's see what happens. The program has 3 requirements. outputs meaningful error messages. So wherever you have error messages, okay, we have got an exponent should not be just negative, okay. And output the final answer with the base and the exponent, okay. So you have to just write the base and the exponent and just the final answer. And where do we have to do that? Open QO3C in the code editor, write a program to implement the logic in the flowchart. Do not add any further functionality. Save your code as QO3C finished with the correct file extension for the programming language. And it has gotten just 10 marks. So yeah, I'll just simply have the flowchart in one place. And I'll just open the file to just write code from that, okay. So from here, yeah, we'll just open QO3C as asked in the question. And yeah, here we have just gotten that in our code, and I'll just in the other half of the program, we'll just have that. So write your code below. So initialize variables. First of all, just yeah, what variables would we need here? Okay, we would need the base. Okay, so base will be just entered from 0. So base is equal to, now for example, you can write 1 or you can write 0. We will just have it here. Okay, then we will just write there the exponent. Okay, expo or exponent or anything, okay, is equal to for now, yeah, I'll just simply write there 0. Then let's just start our program. Okay, that is a condition. So while, and inside this while true, we are just taking a base number, okay, input base. So every time we'll just simply input base. So for base equals int input, enter a number for base. Okay, so we can just do something like that. Then is base equal to 0? If it is, then you stop. So what we'll do, if base equals 0, then what? Break. That will just get out of this loop and our program will be just terminated. Okay, if not, if it is not 0, then after that enter value for exponent. So simple, we will just see expo, or just, okay, expo is equal to int input, enter a number or enter a value for exponent. Okay, so yeah, we have gotten that one. Now see, if here we will just say another thing. Okay, till our exponent is negative, or if our just exponent is negative, then we should just break the program and we should just take another input, okay, from the base as well. As you can see here, if exponent is negative, display an error message and just go back to the first. Okay, so we can have different ways to do that, but here I'll just we can just have this. Okay, if expo equal, or if expo is smaller than 0, it means that is negative. Okay, if expo is negative, then just display an error message, print exponent cannot be negative. Okay, try again, because we are not stopping our program here, we are just simply try again. That's it. And yeah, finished. And here I'll just say continue. Okay, continue in Python, what does it do? Okay, continue just simply does not execute the rest of the while, it will just go back at the first, okay, or the beginning. So continue. Now if exponent is not less than 0, then here we will just have the same things. Okay, set answer to 0. So answer equals 1. Okay, that because we will just have multiplication there, that is just 1. Count is equal to 0. Set count to 0. Then we have gotten while count is smaller than expo. Okay, so to the number of exponents we'll just do that. Okay, for example, exponent is 3, it will be 0, 1 and 2. So just we will have 3 times this will happen. And here what we will do, answer equals answer whatever is inside that multiplied by base. Okay, so we have gotten 1, so 3 times this will happen. Inside that we will have 1. For example, base is 3, 1 multiplied by 3 will be 3. The next time 3 multiplied by 3 will be 9. The next time 9 multiplied by 3 will be 27. So something like that. Okay, and count plus plus. Okay, so we'll just simply have that. Okay, now if just simply this happened, okay, if this happened, this is just done, then at the end we will just simply inform the program of what, of the output. Okay, so I'll just simply write here print, and there is another thing. Okay, output the final answer with the base in the exponent. So we will just simply have to write the base in the exponent. So I'll just write there, can use f string or format. Okay, so I'll just use the format then. Here I'll just simply write base comma, okay, then or space. Okay, we can just have many things, or we can even just have many prints. Okay, exponent, okay, exponent and answer. Okay, answer is just something what, so we'll have just that dot format, and here just in the first one we will like to have the base, whatever is value of base. In the second one the value of expo, and the third one just answer. Okay, so that is just simply what we would just have here. Clear? So this will be printed, then again we will just go from the beginning of the program. Now if we run this, we will just run it to see, to be sure we do not have any problem. Yeah, we have gotten one problem here in line 26. Okay, yeah, in line 26 in Python we do not have count plus plus. Okay, so that is count is equal to count plus 1. Okay, so that's why running your code is always very important. Okay, enter the base, for example 3, enter a number for exponent, for example 4, and base is 3, exponent is 4, and answer is 81. So just that works. Okay, and we can just continue it again. For example, I'll enter 5, and for the exponent I'll just enter -3. Okay, so yeah, exponent cannot be negative, try again. So enter a base, this time I'll enter 0. Okay, so when I enter 0 the program terminates. So that is just overall our program. Okay, that is our code. You can pause the video, review this code again. Okay, we will just go to the next one. Yeah, and save it. Okay, we should not forget to save that. Okay, so save as, again wherever you were just guided to save your code, save that with the exact name that you are asked. Okay, here at the end of this, okay, I just have, it is the same, only one finished has to be just added here in all capital. Okay, finish.py. So save. That is just 10 more marks that you can just get. Then the next question, okay, data is encoded for encryption and for identifying records in database. So we are just talking about encryption. Okay, the Caesar cipher is one method of encryption. Complete the table to show the result of applying a Caesar cipher. Okay, Caesar cipher just simply, it means moving the or changing the letters to n next, or to nth next, or nth previous word. For example, if we have gotten C, okay, you might have studied that inside your class. Okay, and we want to just perform Caesar cipher 3 values to that. Okay, so after 3, so that will be C, D, E, F. So our result will be F. So performing something like this to all the letters of any string just simply creates a an encrypted file. Okay, so we can just do something like that. So here, complete the table to show result of applying a Caesar cipher. Okay, so here we have gotten -4. It means just it has to go just 4 places negative. Okay, I don't think we will be able to just do it in our brain. We will just completely write the alphabets. Okay, then we will go 4 units back. Okay. Well, that is very interesting. Okay, I still know my alphabets. Okay, so let's see changing this to the ciphertext. Okay, -4. It means for each one of them, 4 units will just have to go back. So the first one is P. Okay, P 4 units back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be L. Okay, so I'll just write here L. For I, okay, I 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be E. Okay, and for X, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be T. Okay, and E, so E 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be A. Okay, and L, okay, L, where is L? L 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be H. Okay, so that is the encrypted word for pixel. Okay, according to the rule that we have. So for the next word, okay, cloud is changed to FORXG after a ciphertext is just done to that. Okay, we have to just find what is the number, how many shifts do we have. Okay, so the first one is C. Okay, so C, it has changed to F. So C, D, E, F. So that is 3. Let's check one more of that. Okay, so O is changed to R. So 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that is 3. Okay, so just to be sure, +3. Okay, 3 units will move to the right. So that is just kind of about this. Plain text is encrypted using a Caesar cipher. Okay, compare the ciphertext produced for the plain text gold by this. Okay, so see, a shift of 6 followed by a shift of 8. See, so first of all, we just move -6. Okay, 6 units will just shift the letters to the left, to the negative, and after that 8 units we will just shift them back to the right. Okay, and a single shift of 2, a single shift of 2. For example, from J, if I just go 6 unit back, then from there 8 unit I just come forward. Okay, that one, and just from L directly just 2 units to the positive. Okay, so we have just gotten this. So that is, compare the ciphertext produced for the plain text gold by both of them. Okay, so this takes a little bit of time, but yeah, you can just do that. Okay, so if you want to compare them, you may just do this, okay, to see what happens. But very shortly, I can just tell you one thing: 6 units to the left, then 8 units to the right. Simply it means 2 units to the right, and a single shift of 2 units to the right. Okay, both are the same. So I'll write here, okay, both results will be the same because moving 6 units to the left and then 8 units and then 8 units to the right will be the same like moving 2 units or 2 letters, okay, or shifting 2 letters to the right. Okay, so that is just our answer there. Both results will be the same because moving or shifting 6 units to the left and then 8 units to the right will be the same like moving 2 units to the right at once. Okay, at once. The next one, N has written a Caesar cipher algorithm. When the algorithm encrypts the plain text byte with a shift of +5, the result is GVYJ. This is incorrect. Explain why. Okay, so if I want to explain why, so moving it here, so +5, okay, we will have to just check B 5 places, okay, to the right. So that will be B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's changed to G. That is correct. Y 1. See, in this encryptions, when we just get to the end, we just start from first again. Okay, so that is Z will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be D, but Y is changed to V here. Okay, now T 5 units. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will change to Y, that is correct. And J, okay, J 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sorry, E, the last one is E. Okay, E 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll just simply get to J. So other things are correct, only V is incorrect. Okay, and why? Because just it did not start or it did not loop back from A. Okay, so once again, so this is incorrect. Okay, why? Because just for Y we had to just roll over. Okay, but we did not roll over, and just simply that created something wrong. Okay, so we'll just simply write here it is incorrect because for the letter Y the algorithm did not roll over to start from A. Okay, again, the correct letter for Y would be D. So that can be just kind of your answer. Got it? Okay, the next question is a program is needed to create a key for a database. A user enters a two-letter word, a whole number, and a decimal number. The program must ensure the word is only 2 characters long. If it is not 2 characters long, so it should just not run, things like that. Okay. The program must display an error message when the word is not 2 characters long. A key is generated from the whole number, the reversed word, and the whole number part of the decimal number. Okay, this is an example. Enter a word 80. Enter a whole number, that is 1 or 12. Okay, enter a decimal number 7.89. Okay, and see the output should be 12, the whole number, then the reverse of the word, 2-letter words, that is TA, and the whole part of the decimal. Okay, and for that we will have to open QO4B in the code editor, write the program, and do not add any further functionality to that, and save your code as QO4B finished with the correct file extension for the programming language. So let's go and just open our file. Okay, QO4B. So let's open this, and this is our file and QO4B, and write your code below this line. Okay, so first of all we have to take a word as input. Okay, so simple, I'll just write there word equals, and we will not cast it. Okay, so simple input, enter a 2-letters word, a 2 letters, that's it. And now I'll just simply check if len of word is equal to 2. Okay, so do this. Otherwise, for example, else if it was not correct, just simply give an input. Okay, print an output. Okay, print invalid word length. Okay, something like that you can just write here. So now if the word is just correct, then after that what we will do, okay, we will just simply input the whole number. Okay, so whole number or whole num is equal to int input, enter a whole number. Okay, enter a, so that is just the first part. Okay, and the second one is a decimal number. Okay, or real number. Okay, decimal, that is also equal to float. Okay, we can just take that as float. Okay, or any decimal number that the user enters directly, we can just change it to int here. Okay, although he enters a float number, we will just simply have that as a whole number here. Okay, so we can just do that, or we can right now take it as float. Okay, float input, enter a decimal number. So we just did that. Now we have to just change this decimal number to whole. Okay, whole of decimal, okay, is equal to, now change it to int change decimal number. Okay, decimal number. Now we have to just create our key. Okay, so key is equal to, first of all we'll take our whole number. Okay, so the whole num, And by the way, we cannot use comma here because comma just adds spaces. So we have to use the plus format, okay, to concatenate the letters. So for that, we will have to do the explicit costing, okay. So I will just change it to str what? Whole number, okay, whole num, then plus what? Plus reverse of our word, okay. So we can have just word index 1, then plus word index 0, okay. So see, just that is reverse of that. Plus now we'll just change this whole of decimal to str again, okay, str, then whole of decimal, okay, whole of decimal, okay. So we have gotten that, and at the end as well, we will just simply what? We will print that, okay, print key. So let's run it to see if our program is correct, okay. So if I just run this, yeah, enter a 2-word letter. So first I will try if it was wrong, okay. For example, ERT, 3 letters, okay. So invalid word length, so just gave us the wrong or the message, okay, error message. And if we just do that correctly, for example, yeah, I'll just write the same thing entered inside our question, okay, that is 80, then enter a whole number 12. See, just, yeah, we have gotten a floor. See, we have this has to be float. See, that's why just it's very good to run your code, okay. So again, enter 80, then for example 12 and 7.45, okay, something like that. See, 12 TA 7, so that is just our answer, something that we were looking for. And now I'll have to just save this. So simple file, save as, okay, and yeah, wherever just you are directed to save your final codes, just save it with exactly the same name that is just told to you, okay. So that's 8 marks question there. The next one, a marine scientist is conducting a study of tuna in the world's oceans. A list of tuna species needs to be sorted in descending alphabetical order. It means from larger to smaller, okay. B before A, okay, something like that. Figure 5 shows the list created at the end of the splitting process. So our splitting process of merge sort is done, and this is just the single tuna species, okay. And we will have to just do the merging part, okay. So now just if we want to just do the merging part, the first one, yeah, we will have to just combine them one by one, okay. So see here what I'll just do. First I'll take this both and this both, and just this will remain alone, okay. So first I'll have to just combine the two ones, okay. So see, in big I and black fin, okay, which one has to come first, okay. So L comes later than I, so that is just larger, we are just descending order. So first comes black fin, okay, first comes black fin. So I'll just write here black fin, okay. Then after that, yeah, combining that with the other one, we will just have big I, okay, big I. So that is just this two sorted. Then from the next one, okay, long tail in albacore. So obviously A has to come at the end because we are just sorting descending, okay, descendingly or in descending order. Then first, obviously, long tail will have to come here, okay, long tail, okay, you have to just make that capitalization as well, okay. And after that, yeah, for now, just what will come? Albacore will come, okay, albacore, okay, albacore. And yeah, we have just gotten the bluefin at the end, okay, bluefin. So that is just one level. Okay, continuing this, now what we will have to do, okay, we will have to just, right now we have this, okay, right now we have gotten this two elements list and this 2 and this 1. Okay, we have just gotten that one. So I can just write something like that. Now I'll just combine these both. Okay, combining these both. So again, I'll just compare blackfin with longtail. Okay, which one should just come first? Okay, between blackfin and longtail, yeah, longtail has to just come first. Okay, so I'll just write longtail here. Okay, capitalization, just, yeah, you have to be careful about that. Longtail. Then, so this one. The next comparison will be between albacore and blackfin. Okay, albacore and blackfin, yeah, blackfin will just come first. Okay, so I'll just write blackfin. The next comparison will be between big I and albacore. So between them as well, we will just have big I first. Okay, big I, and we will just have albacore at the end. Okay, and we have just gotten bluefin separately till now. Okay, we have just not gotten that. Now we will just have to combine this all of them. Okay, so first of all, comparing, okay, till here. Okay, till here we have gotten this array and just this one. Okay, or sublist, or okay, then now just combining longtail with bluefin. Okay, so obviously longtail will just come first. Okay, longtail. Then after that, combining blackfin with bluefin. Okay, so BL are just the same in both of them, but U is just kind of larger than A, so bluefin will come here. Okay, bluefin. Then now that is ended, so we will have just all of them just one by one. Okay, so we will have just blackfin, we will have big I, we will have albacore. Okay, so see, we just got this. So our final answer would be just this list. Okay, this is sorted in descending order. So that is the answer for this question. The next question, okay, a bubble sort could be used to sort the list of tuna species into ascending order. Okay, figure 6 shows an algorithm for a bubble sort. Okay, set my tuna to this thing, so that already we just got. Set temp to 0, set swap to true. Okay, because in bubble sort we had to just check if a swap has happened or not. If it has happened, so simply it means our list is already sorted. Okay, set length to length of my tuna. So while swaps is equal to true, it means swap has happened, so do this. Okay, set swaps to false, it means right now just we are starting our journey, or just this pass newly, so no false has happened unless it just happens here. Okay, so for ndx from 0 to length minus d, do. So ndx, that is index starting from 0, then length minus 1, we have to just do this. If my tuna index is larger than my tuna ndx plus 1, then okay, simply we are just comparing them. If the current index is just larger than the previous index, okay, it means that is the wrong order. Okay, here we are just doing ascending. So set tmp to my tuna ndx plus 1, set my tuna ndx to my tuna ndx plus 1. Yeah, there is just a mistake. Let's see what question is asked with us. Okay, set my tuna ndx plus 1 to tmp and set swaps to true. Ndif, end4, and end while. So there is an error in the loop between line 9 and line 16. Complete the table to give the line number with an error and a corrected line of pseudocode. So the mistake here is in this swapping, this 3 lines. Okay, swap temp to my tuna ndx 1. See, already I'm just storing the value of index plus 1. It means the next one inside the temp. Then I'm just storing the same value inside the my tuna. Okay, so see here, my tuna value of index ndx has not been saved anywhere, so that is just kind of a problem here. Okay, so how can we solve that? If that is stored here then my tuna ndx plus 1 should be ndx. Okay, my tuna ndx. And after that, my tuna ndx should be equal to just. So we can just correct them in many ways. So line 11, simply if I just remove this plus 1 here, so ndx will be stored here. So ndx, we can remove that. So this will be stored there, and temp. Yeah, that will just simply make that correct. Okay. So now the answer, that is okay. Line number with error. So that is line number 11. Corrected line for pseudocode. So we can just write there set tmp to my tuna and ndx, not ndx plus 1. Clear? So that can be just kind of what we have there, what will solve the problem. So that is just our answer for this one. And the scientist is collecting and storing data about tuna. The data collected is species, length in centimeters, weight in kilograms, age in years. The data is sorted in an array. The collected data needs to be written to a file named tunadata.txt. So yeah, I have to write some data inside a file. So each record stored in the file must have a code number in the first line. So before the data or just this species, length in centimeters or anything, it must have a code number. Code number must start at 101. Each field in a record should be separated by a comma. So shows the content of the file. So our final file should be something like this: 101, comma, yellowfin, comma, that is just length in centimeters, then weight in kilograms, then age in years. Okay, so we are just storing that starting from 101. And for this, yeah, open Q05C in the code editor and write the program. You must use the structure given in Q05C to write the program. Okay, do not add any further functionality and save your code as Q05C finished with correct file extension for the file. So just let's open that file. Yeah, Q05C. So here we have gotten that. And the name of the file that we want to use, that is tuna.data.txt. Okay, so I'll just write here file name. File name is equal to, that is that capital or just a small? Okay, tuna data. Okay, so tuna data.txt. Okay, so that is just what we have to do. Then yeah, comma I can just use there, or I can just use a variable here. Okay, doesn't matter. We can just do both. So that is just the file I want to open. And before just here opening the file, another thing that I want to do is just the code. Okay, code number, and that has to start from 101. Then yeah, this is a list that has just different elements. So I can use for item in tbl underscore tuna. Okay, so inside that, so one by one we will just go through that. So first of all, I'll make a variable text, and at the end I'll just store that inside the file. Okay, so for example here I can write something like this: the text or line, okay, line text even I can write, okay, is equal to, now at first it is just empty, okay, or it can be just a code or str code, okay, str code, and after that as well I can just add a comma there, okay, plus comma. Okay, they have to be just separated by comma, as we can just see in the question. Clear? Nothing else, no space, nothing. So first of all, I just edit that list here. Then after that, yeah, I can just do another thing as well. From this item, because the first one is a string, I can directly adjust that string as well there. So it will be yellowfin, or I can just write all the code in one line as well. Okay, that doesn't matter. So comma, Then after that, item index 0. Okay, index 0 of the item. So this itself is a list. So the first one is that. Okay, then plus a comma. Okay, then plus again, they are just numbers, so I have to just change each one of them to str. Okay, str or a string, a string, then item index 1. Okay, I can just do that. Then again plus a comma, again plus. Okay, the next one of them. Although this line will be a little bit lengthy, but that will be just simply one line. You can just do them separately in different lines. Okay, again, line text is equal to whatever, but just I prefer doing that all in one line. Okay, and after the sorry. Yeah. So after that comma, again, I'll just check str, and inside this str, again, I'll just have the second value. Okay, that is just index is 2. So again, item index 2. Okay, close. Again, I'll have to just put a comma there, plus comma, and plus again item and index 3, sorry, str. Okay, string, cast it to string, then item index 3. Okay, so we have just gotten that. So that's just kind of it. Okay, we just edit that. At the end, we do not have any comma or anything. Okay, so we can just have that. Okay, so that is our line of text. Clear? Then the next thing that I want to do here is, right now I just want to write. Okay, I have not opened the file as well, by the way, so I'll just have to open the file before this. Okay, file equals open file name, the variable. Okay, file name, comma, and I want to just open it in read mode. Okay, because it's simply in write mode. Okay, because I want to write to it. Okay, now that I've just opened that file here, what I'll just do, the file I've just created, I can just even add one new line character at the end of that. Okay, or just simply I can do that here, file dot write. I can just do that. Okay, and what do I have to just write inside that? Line text. Okay, line text, again plus 1\n. Okay, I can just do something like that. So see, one by one the files will be just written there, and yeah, the code has to be just incremented to 1. Code is equal to code plus 1. Okay, so for the next one I'll have just 1 or 2 or just anything. And when this 4 is created, it is very necessary for you to close the file. Okay, file dot close. Okay, so that is simply our code. We will just check this as well. Okay, I'll just run it and see if just my file is created correctly. Okay, or if I have just gotten any kind of error. Yeah, I've gotten just an error there. So name line text is not defined. Okay, line text is equal to. Okay, so in line 24, yeah, here I've just gotten one capitalization mistake. Okay, so that's why these things are very important. Okay, line text. Now I'll just simply create that. Okay, let's check our folder. Just do we have that file now or not? See, tunadata.txt, and yeah, we have just gotten, okay, 1 up to 1 and 6, and just we have gotten that. Okay, so this is completely all right, and simply we will have to save this question. Okay, so file, save as, and yeah, wherever just is told for you to close that. So I'll just close it. Okay, finished .py and save. There. And the next question, an agricultural college has a herd of dairy cows. Data collected for the cows is stored in arrays. The data stored is the name of the breeds, the ease of care rating from the breed. 1 is the highest and 3 is the lowest. the number of cows in the herd of that breed, and the volume of milk per day for a cow of that breed, okay, one cow. The college wants to present the data to farmers and to recommend the best breed of cows for them. The best breed has the highest care rating and the largest volume of milk per day for a cow of that breed. So its care taking should be easiest, and it should just give us the highest volume of milk per day, okay? So in order to solve this question, you open the file Q06 in the code editor, write a program to calculate the daily volume of milk produced by each breed, okay? So we have to calculate that. Add this daily volume to the data structure table daily volume. So there is another data structure that we have to store that inside this. Display a message informing the user what each field holds, such as breed, rating, volume per cow, count, and total volume, okay? And display the data for each breed. Calculate and display the total volume of milk produced each day by the herd, okay? Calculate and display the total volume of milk produced each day by the herd, and find the recommended breed. Display the recommended breed by name. So see here, we have just gotten that. Fields are breed, rating, volume, cow, count, okay, volume of count, and volume per day, okay? So that is, and here we have gotten red chittagong 1, okay, that rating is 1, then volume or just the per cow is 7.5, and the number of cows is 6, and the volumes per day from the whole breed is just here multiplied, okay, 7.5 multiplied by 6, so that is 45, okay, and we have gotten that for all of them, okay, and the total amount of milk from all the cows in one day, okay. And recommended breed is Jersey rating. Its rating is 1, and the volume of milk it just gives is 18.3. Okay, so we have just gotten that. Your program should function correctly even if the number of breeds represented in the data is changed. So we have to just be careful. Maybe just the number of breeds will be just added. It means the length of our arrays will be just increased or decreased. Okay, and save your amended code as Q06 finished with the correct file extension for the programming language, okay? And you may use this space for planning, designing your work, and the content of this space will not be assessed. So as an amount of space will be given to you, so you can design or just kind of think or write your thought process on that, okay? So we will just directly go to the code, okay? And we'll just simply try to find that code, okay? So that is Q06.py. So let's open that. Yeah, here we have gotten, okay, inside this, as you can see, we have just gotten table of breed, okay, things like that, then table of rating for each one of them, okay, related to the first table, okay, then count how many of each one of them do we have, and table of volume, how much milk one of them just give, and table of daily volume, that is just kind of empty, and we have to just add that, okay. So in order to just go through all of them one by one, yeah, we will just need to perform many things, okay. First of all, we will just need to initialize some variables, okay. So the variables that we want to initialize here are, for example, the total, okay, total milk, or just how much milk do we have, okay. For now, that is just 0. That is just one of the things we will need. Let's just do our coding, and if we just found something else that, yeah, we would just need here, okay. So I will just use a for but index, okay, index in range, and to this range I'll just simply give length of one of these, okay, tbl underscore breed, because I'll just need the index for each one of them, okay. Otherwise I could just simply use for data in table breed, okay, but just simply because I've gotten many lists or many arrays, and I just simply need the index to get all of them, so we have to just do that, okay. So first of all, inside this, the thing that we have to do is we have to just simply count this daily volume, okay. So first of all, I'll just write here daily volume, okay, daily underscore volume of any breed is just equal to table of volume, okay, table volume, table underscore volume, which is just amount of milk from one, multiplied by the number, okay, table of count, okay, table underscore count, okay. So that one, simply that will just give us daily amount, and I have to just append that to the table, okay, to our to the, and we have to append that to daily volume list, okay, or array. So here I'll just simply write there tbl underscore daily volume, okay, daily volume dot append, okay. So we'll just have append there, and what I'll just want to just append there, yeah, this daily volume variable, okay, daily volume. So it will just whatever index we are counting in the same index, daily volume will be just added there, okay. So we have gotten that. Then the rest, let's just look at the question. What else do we have here, okay? So it has to calculate the produced by each breed, okay, and add this to, just we did that, display a message informing the user what each field holds, such as breed rating, volume per cow, or just anything. So that is a very simple print statement, okay. So here as well we will just do that, okay. So I'll write there print. Yeah, we won't just do that for each one of them, so I will have to just do this outside the loop, okay. If I just do that inside the loop, after every counting, just that will happen, okay. So I'll just write one print here, okay, print, and just I'll write exactly what is written there, okay, print. So print inside this, yeah, we will just simply say fills or breed, comma, rating, comma, volume, cow, okay, because we have comma, count, comma, and volume per day, okay, something like that. Just be printed on the top, clear? Now after that, what we will just have to do, we'll have to print each one of them, okay. So for this, inside this print, I'll just have to write things, okay. So let me just write it here. So again, just one print statement, and inside that print, okay, or print function, inside that print we will have again, okay, things like, when we have gotten one space between each one of them, so we can use a comma. So I'll use the different names, okay, table breed, okay, table underscore breed, index of index, okay, so whichever that is, then comma, okay. After that, what we have here, table breed, table rating, okay, table rating. So that is tbl for us, not complete table, that will just take error, okay. So tbl underscore rating, okay, rating, then comma, the rest we have gotten tbl count, okay. So tbl, yeah, from this one as well, index, okay, tbl underscore count. This will also just, we will have index there, and comma, tbl volume, okay, tbl volume, okay. So that is volume, yeah, volume of cows, number of cows, rating, then yeah, then count, tbl underscore the last one, okay, volume, okay, and there as well index, and do we have just anything else at the end, okay, volume per day, volume per cow, okay. So volume per cow, that is breed, then rating, then after that volume of cow, okay. So we will just have to have this there, okay, copy this, control X here, okay, then comma, table of count, how many just do we have there, okay. So we have just gotten that. Then in the end as well, we will just simply have the last one, okay, tbl underscore daily volume, okay, daily volume, and that as well index, clear. So we just print everything from there. Got it? So when that is just printed, so that will be printed every time. And after that, what do we have to do? We have to just keep count of all of them, okay? So inside this for statement, another thing that here we will just have to do is just this total milk, okay? Total milk is equal to total milk plus that daily volume of this breed, okay? So daily underscore volume, okay? So that is total milk, okay? We just got that. After this is done, for each one of them we will just have the same thing printed, okay? We'll just have this printed. After our loop is done, for all of them we want to just print this total, and after that recommended breed, okay? Which one is, so we will have to just write our code for that as well. So outside this I will just write something like this, okay? Print and total equals, and I can just use something like this there, okay? Dot, and inside this format I can use the format function, and inside this here I'll just write the total milk, okay? So total milk, that is just I want to use here, okay? And just close function. So this will print total, then instead of this we will just have total milk, okay? Then after that, yeah, I want to just find the recommended one, okay? So if, and that as well I have to just do inside this for, okay? Because every time I have to just compare. So one, I'll just have recommended index, okay? Recommended, or just top index, okay? Index for the top of them. So right now just we will write that 0 here. Then when I just write that, then I can, if inside this I'll just write if rating, okay? TBL underscore rating of index is lower or equal to, because this rating 1 is just better than 2, so that's why if it is just lower than that one, okay? TBL underscore rating of the top index, okay? Top index, okay? Or top index, you use the exact thing, okay? So we have gotten this, if this, and beside this, yeah, we have gotten two conditions there. In read inside the question, we have gotten two conditions. If that is in the amount of milk, okay? The amount of milk, and yeah, so we will just write one end here, and here just the next one will be just, we'll talk this TBL volume, okay? TBL volume of index. If this is larger and equal, okay, we can just, yeah, if that is smaller, and it can be just equal, okay? If that is larger and equal, then TBL volume of the top index, okay? Top index. So if this is true, if both these conditions are true, okay? If we have gotten something like that, if both these conditions are true, then what should we just do? I'll just simply change top index to index, okay? Top index equals index, okay? And now at the end here, again, just I'll simply print. Let's see just in the question how have we just done that, okay? So that is recommended breed, jersey, and rating is 1, volume is just something like that, okay? So print again recommended breed. So here I'll just have to write that, okay? So 1, do we have comma there or not, okay? So you have to be very careful about these things, okay? Jersey rate, okay, rating, then after that, yeah, we have just gotten rating, and rating is also just let's have that, okay? Then after rating we have just gotten volume, okay? Volume, and between them we do not have anything, okay? Something like this. So I can just do that and dot format. Okay, inside this format, what do we want to just add? In the first one, we will just take from tbl underscore breed, okay, index of top index, okay, top index. So this one, then comma, instead of the second one, tbl rating, okay, tbl underscore rating, okay, from here tbl rating, okay. I'll just get the index of top index and comma, instead of the last one, tbl volume, okay, tbl underscore volume, okay, and that as well top index, okay. So that is just what we will have, okay, and yeah, I can just have it. So that's it. We'll just print total is this much and recommended breed, okay. So we have just gotten that. Let's run it to check if we have gotten any kind of problem, okay. Run, and yeah, I've just gotten sequence, and that is table volume plus table count, okay. Yeah, here I've just gotten of the index, okay. The complete list cannot be just done, okay. So index, and here as well index, okay. Then if I just run it now, what problem you have? So see, that is just our output. Fills or breed rating, volume, cow count, things like that. Then all of them one by one total is 995 point, just that is okay. So that will be just our output, and I'll just simply store this or save this, save as in the any folder that you are just directed to, okay, and just solve it inside that, so with the exact name that you are asked, okay. So save, and just yeah, I just saved this file, and I'll just show you the code once again so you can read the code and understand it better, okay, the complete code, okay. So we have just gotten that, okay. That is our complete code after so let's go, let's continue. So we have gotten, yeah, and that's it, okay, blank page, and after that we have gotten our pseudocode command set, okay. So you need to know about that as well. So that's it. I hope just it has helped you a lot and you have just gotten familiar with the question types. Wish you all the best, good luck, and goodbye.